Ladies and gentlemen, so there are people in my high school and junior middle school, Edward Harris Middle School, in which they were emo, emo, like wearing all black and stuff and just in a depressed mood all the time. And they would cut themselves, sometimes, you know? And okay, there are also people in the jungle, not the jungle, but like let's say like the Africans or whatever that do scarification and they do it for decorative purposes. Okay. So the people here, it's almost like what I'm understanding right now is that from the south of my Glorious property, so Malone Brown descends in France. Malone Brown, adjacent to him is an individual also by the name of Annie Nguyen, but it's not in the same spelling. Now, behind my parents' house, there are Asian people or Chinese, I don't know what they are, but they're Asian, okay? Kind of like Annie Nguyen. So basically here in my Aunt Gloria's house, it's very possible that in the back of her house, she's responsible for, or like their family is responsible for whatever happens, right? So they have to explain what happens, right? So this is not about making up stuff. This is about subjective synthesis and objective negation and keeping reality as it is, not worse or better than it is. So these are not common denominators, but these are possible patterns, okay? And these people use language and narratives and distractions to work their way around investigations or investigators, right? And so that way we have to wait. We have to wait until they come back to reality for us to continue to be real, you see? So once again, when people scar themselves, okay, like the emos, not the people that do it for scarification, but the emo people, they have to ask themselves, where did that originate from? Where did that culture originate from? Being in a suburban area or environment. So that could originate, ladies and gentlemen, in this. So this was incorporated in the year 2000. It was built in 1996, all this infrastructure. So in the back south side of my Aunt Gloria's property, there is a street called Black Man's Way. And there are other streets there, you see? But that's the one that sticks out to me. Like, what the heck? Anyways, it's very possible that this person or this individual or whatever is saying, through circumstance of being close to a high school, close to children, sending them off. So having the females that were supposed to be for like, literally they're trying to stop reproduction, my reproduction, right? So my females that were supposed to be for my reproduction, they're sending them off as prostitutes. And they are, for every prostitute that they send off, there is one girl out of the bunch that becomes emo and starts marking herself. And how far back this goes? This goes as far back as we had roads, sidewalks, bike lanes, schools, and stores. That's how far back it goes. And love. love is eternal. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. I was born in 1994 in real estate development since 1996. Genuine education, foundation of my parents, and Raymond Case Elementary School until 2001, September 11th, in which the World Trade Center was attacked, and therefore that changed my perspective of things. It changed the way I maybe I would have been more outspoken. Maybe I would have been more loud, but that shut me up. That event shut me up. So thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen.